And welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me today to learn about essential oils for healthy families. I'm so excited that you're interested in natural solutions, that you would take time out of your busy schedule to be with me for the next 30 minutes to learn more about essential oils and how you can use them in your house every single day. My name is Michelle Richardson, and I am a doTERRA wellness advocate, and I welcome you to this webinar, and I hope that you find this information as exciting as I do, that we have the capability of managing everyday ailments with ease, and it's right here at our fingertips. So sit back, enjoy, and thanks again for joining me. So just a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Michelle, and as you can see on this page, these are my lovely little ones. They're not so little anymore. I am the mom of almost 11-year-old triplets. The picture at the top was probably taken when they were just a few months old, and I'm sure you can imagine the chaos and craziness I had with having 3 babies at one time. Somehow my husband and I did manage, and we survived. I really wish I would have known about essential oils when these guys were little. The benefits that you can have for tiny babies all the way up to elderly and in between is so great, and it's safe, it's effective for everyone. As you can see in the picture below, that's my children at the beginning of 5th grade, and so we've survived so far somehow. I feel like we're surviving even better now that we know more and have the solutions that we have available to us, especially through essential oils. So as we begin, just want to start off and say, when we're talking about essential oils, we're not talking about curing insomnia or healing anxiety. We're talking about supporting our bodies and minds. So there's a big difference, and I just wanted to make that clear. I'm not saying, okay, essential oils will cure everything. Essential oils will help support your body. And so that is, I just want to make sure that we're clear on that. So basically, let's start. What are essential oils? Well, essential oils are natural aromatic compounds found in plants and trees. The picture below is a picture of a peppermint leaf, and right beside it is enlarged, so it shows you those essential oil sacs that are protecting that leaf. And that's a great way of thinking about how essential oils, they protect your body as well. So basically, how do we get it from that enlarged picture into a bottle that we can use in our house? Well, they're either going to be steam distilled or cold pressed. And they will, basically what I've learned is that with that peppermint, a 15 milliliter bottle of peppermint is, I think it's like 45,000 leaves of peppermint, something crazy like that, for one bottle. So it's super concentrated, obviously. And again, let's just think about what are essential oils. They're protecting these plants and trees, and that kind of shows you. So it's kind of a cool little slide there. So now we know what an essential oil is, but how do we go about using it? There's actually 3 ways that you can use essential oils: aromatically, topically, and internally. So aromatically is like the lady smelling the flower. It's basically smelling the oil straight from a bottle, or putting it in your hand, rubbing it together, and cupping it over your nose. Another way of using it aromatically is through a cold mist diffuser. So it can help get throughout a room that great scent and the benefits of that oil. Another way is topically. Here we see somebody getting a massage, and topically can just be applying it directly to the area of your body that is of some concern to you or needs relief. We always talk about safety with essential oils, and for smaller children and more elderly people, you want to make sure that you're using a carrier oil, which is essentially like a fractionated coconut oil or an almond oil or jojoba, and using some of that with just 1 drop of essential oil to rub on that area. It does not take away from the benefit of the oil. It actually keeps it in that area longer before it's penetrated into your entire body. And then the last way is internally. And you'll read lots of things online that says never take an essential oil internally. Well, that may be for other companies, but as we'll learn here on the next slide, doTERRA has one of the highest grade qualities of oils that you can take internally. And what's so great about on their bottles, they'll tell you how you can take that specific oil. It will tell you if you can take it, internally, or if it can be applied topically. All of the oils can be done aromatically. So let's learn about a little bit more about doTERRA here. So as I was talking about on the last slide with the internally, basically you probably have seen essential oils popping up everywhere, from the shelves of your supermarket and Walmart to even Amazon. There's so many varieties out there, so many companies, but there's a huge difference in the quality. And as this slide shows you, there is several different types of grades of essential oil. There's synthetic, which is going to be like your Bed Bath Beyond. Not Bed Bath & Beyond. How about Bath & Body Works? I always get those messed up. That's going to be like your perfume sprays and your room sprays. Those are going to have some synthetic fillers in it. You're also going to have food grade essential oils. That's going to be, for using in cooking. And then you're going to have therapeutic oils. Well, the great thing about doTERRA is we are the grade of oil where it says CPTG. And what that stands for is Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. That is the oil that you're going to get with doTERRA. And that allows you to take certain oils internally and not be concerned that they're going to do bad for your body. They're actually going to help. So let's move on and learn a little bit more about how we get those oils from doTERRA. So I'm not going to waste a lot of time on this, though it's so interesting, and it's one of the reasons that I went with doTERRA over some other companies for essential oils. It's called co-impact sourcing, and it basically is doTERRA working with these countries where these oils are found and they're sourced. And in the past, these farmers were underpaid and sometimes not paid, and you never knew what type of oil you're going to get. Well, doTERRA works with these farmers, and it's direct. So there's no middleman like there has been before. We have a better organization, so we're actually working with those communities to pay them up front, these farmers, so that they can live while they're waiting for their harvest. Again, better payments. Before there was a middleman, you never knew when you would get paid or if you got paid. And what this leads to is superb purity. As you can see over there, if we are giving our growers fair and predictable pricing, then we're able to have a more consistent, higher quality oil. It's one of the benefits of going through doTERRA. And another really cool thing is that on the bottom of every single bottle of oil will have a source code, and you can go to a website, type in that code, and it will tell you the numerous tests that were done on just that bottle. So it shows you that doTERRA wants you to see that their quality of oil it's there. So you don't have to be concerned about, what am I getting in this bottle? Is it really pure? With doTERRA, it is completely pure, and they want you to see what test they did on that particular bottle, which is really cool. So now you know a little bit about doTERRA and how we can use essential oils. So let's get ready to make over your first aid kit. Now, as I'm going along, I'm going to give you the top 10 oils that everybody should have in their household. I want you to take some notes. If you have any questions, feel free at the end of this webinar to email me directly with those questions, and I'm happy to answer those for you. So let's get started. So one of my favorite oils that I use on a daily basis is lemon. And just to kind of give you a little FYI, one 15 milliliter bottle of lemon is equivalent to 45 lemons. That's telling you how concentrated it is. And for people who have allergies to citrus fruits, you shouldn't be allergic to this because it's not using the pulp, which is where typically allergies come from for citrus fruits. It's from the rind, and you're getting that concentrated oil. So basically, one drop is all you need. So what is lemon? Lemon is very purifying. It's energizing. All the citrus fruits are very energizing and uplifting. So how can you use lemon? If you've got kids, this is the top one right here. Removing sticky messes from hair, carpet, fabric, and walls. I have a friend of mine, her little son decided to color with permanent marker all over the walls. And she was able to use lemon oil to get it off. So, super concentrated, and what a godsend. Another way, give your water a pick-me-up. It's going to help with like slowly detoxing your body, and who can't use that these days? But like I said, super concentrated. You just need one drop. That's it. And as I said earlier, citrus fruits boost up your mood, very uplifting, and great to have in your diffuser just for that reason. Our next oil is lavender. And if you had told me 2 years ago that lavender would be one of my favorite oils, I would tell you were crazy. I never could stand the scent of lavender from fragrances from Bath and Body Works or even in candles. And now that I have been with doTERRA lavender oil, I know what it was. It was the synthetics that were bothering me. So lavender is fantastic for its soothing, calming, and relieving properties. This is one that you absolutely should have in your household. We consider it the Swiss Army knife of essential oils. First, promotes better sleep. And I don't know about you, but that's something I need every single day. Not only for me, but also for my kids. And a little bit up and down the bottom of each foot, about 20 to 30 minutes before you want them to go to sleep, and they'll probably have one of the best night's sleep, and so will you. Next, helps reduce anxious feelings. I'm one that I can definitely, this is my testimony, that lavender has helped me with my anxiety just by placing a little bit behind my ears and my neck. I've stopped panic attacks, and this is my own personal testimonial that lavender has helped me with those anxious feelings. And fantastic for skin irritations, bug bites, and burns. Again, something you really need to have in your household. It's so effective for all three of these things right here, and so much more. So our next oil is peppermint, and this one again is one that we use in our house on a daily basis. It is very invigorating, cooling, and it has releasing properties as well for releasing tension. One of the best ways that you can use it is for opening your airways. Also great for digestion or a nervous stomach. You can also use it to cool you down. I like to place a little bit on the back of my neck or even across my forehead when I'm a little overheated, and especially from after working out, or if you're just feeling under the weather and sometimes you're a little hotter than you need to be. it will definitely cool you down. And it helps with focus and it energizes. One of my best two oils together for focus and energy is peppermint and wild orange. Just a drop each, rub in your hand, and taking a couple deep breaths will just kind of give you that kickstart you need. Really effective in the afternoon slumps. Great for kids as well for the same thing, for helping with focus, and they've got plenty of energy usually, so don't need that, but the focus definitely helps with. Moving on to Melaleuca, or you might know it as tea tree oil. Another great one to have in your first aid kit. It's got cleansing, antiviral, and very powerful properties to this oil. Great for skin and hair care. I've seen a lot of do-it-yourself recipes out there for helping with blemishes. So great as, you know, in your moisturizer, that type of thing. Hair, same principle. It's fantastic for that. Also helps with some things with kids' hair that we hate to get those letters home from the school nurse about what's going around in their classroom. Melaleuca can help. Other ways you can use it, cuts and scrapes. Great for, like I said, it's an antiviral and it also has very cleansing properties. So, you know, dabbing a little bit on a cut or a scrape before you put a Band-Aid on will help with that healing process. And it's also great as an immune boost. So again, lots of different ways of being able to use just one oil. So we've moved on to one of my favorite oils, the king of all oils, frankincense. And frankincense really has emerged recently in news, especially in the medical field. So it's kind of a cool thing that the medical field is realizing the benefits of essential oils as well. So frankincense is a very restorative, balancing, and anti-inflammatory type of essential oil. Ways you can use it: scar reduction, skin rejuvenation. I know a lot of women who like to put a drop of it in with their moisturizer at night. Really does help with, you know, just like, again, that skin rejuvenation, and who can't use that? Mood regulation. Adding just a drop to the bottom of your feet can really just help balance you out. And, you know, there's certain times of the month that for some of us that we actually need as much help as we can get. So frankincense. And it's a great pain relief. That anti-inflammatory property really does work. I've had friends who the worst headaches ever, and frankincense has helped lessen that. So that anti-inflammatory pain relief. So when we see oregano, we probably think Italian food, because that is typically where we find oregano. But oregano is really great. It's a very powerful, what we consider a hot oil. So you always want to have a carrier oil like fractionated coconut oil with the oregano, because it will burn the skin. It's an antibiotic and it's cleansing. We've been using a lot of oregano in my household over the last few months with all of the nastiness going around in the schools and at the workplace. It is great for immune and respiratory support. So that's why our bottle of oregano is getting depleted quickly, because we are trying to keep our bodies supported to kind of defend some of the things that are going around there. You can use for cleaning because of that antibiotic property of oregano. Great to use to make your own cleaners. Usually mix it in with some other things so that your house doesn't smell like an Italian restaurant. But, you know, hey, it smells great. And again, it's great for cooking. Basically, because it's so concentrated, you can use a toothpick dipped in the oil bottle and stirred around in your recipes to have plenty of oregano flavor. So now we come to the last 4 oils that are all doTERRA blends of essential oils. So this first one, Breathe, is basically what the name states. It is going to be very clearing, invigorating, and calming. We use Breathe every single night in our diffusers in each of our rooms because it opens your airways. So, if you've got a little, stuffiness, this will help just even applying it to the sides of your nose. Fantastic for those seasonal transitions and the seasonal threats. So as we move from winter to spring, I noticed I saw a lot of yellow out there on the car windshields. That is something that Breathe will help you kind of, open those airways again. And like I said, we use it at night to help with our sleep because it is very calming. The oils help with the opening the airways and also just basically calming you down so you have a great night of sleep. The next blend is called Digestin, and I'm sure based from the name you can figure out what the oil is used for if the picture didn't tell you already. It's very soothing, comforting, and taming. Digestin can be used for upset stomach relief. Just applied a little bit onto the stomach area or even taken internally will help with that upset stomach relief. Ease queasiness. I know that a friend of mine would get motion sickness and she went on a cruise and she made sure she had her Digestin. And I can say that I did the exact same thing when I went on a cruise recently, and it worked just as well as it is, as the name says, and it also helps reduce bloating and gas. So if you overindulge, one night, reach for the Digestin. It will help bring that relief to you. So our next blend is called Deep Blue. And as you can see the picture of this poor guy, this is how I look even not going to the gym. So kudos to him for, lifting weights. And what the Deep Blue is used for, it's cooling, it's soothing, and it's supporting. So as the picture shows, this guy's obviously working out or just finished working out. Applying Deep Blue to areas of your body that you're going to be utilizing, that you could use some extra relief. That's great, and you can use it pre and post workout. For kids, growing pains in their legs. I don't remember experiencing this as a child, but I know one of my sons has been going through growing pains, and we just apply the Deep Blue at night on that, and he is able to sleep without that pain. And for anybody, even if you're not an athlete, maybe you sit at a desk all day and your lower back and your neck may ache. This is fantastic to apply that to. Great for relief to your joint aches and your sore muscles. So our last blend is by far the most utilized one that most of my friends and family have used, especially this past year. On Guard is basically the protective blend, and you're going to see that it's very supporting and strong. We have diffused On Guard with Breathe every single night for the past several months, and I can honestly say that my family, we've been able to hopefully stay away from, I don't want to jinx myself now, hopefully stay away from all of the nastiness that has been going throughout and just knocking people down. It's an immune booster. It's going to be great for those environmental threats, the ones that I was talking about that go through the schools and go through your workplace. This is a fantastic blend to apply. You can go down the spine, or you can put it on your feet. You can take it internally, and it's great for respiratory support as well. This one by far, I know I have gone through several bottles in the past several months, and I will always have this on hand just because it really has helped boost up our immune system. So that was a very quick run through, and I'm not expecting you to remember all of those. I just want to point out those are the top 10 oils that if you have no other oils in your first aid kit, those are the ones to have. So now you're probably thinking, okay, I'm in. I want to know how I can get this. So there's several ways that you can do this. I'm going to show you two of the most popular kits that are great to get started in this makeover for your first aid kit. So the first kit that I'm going to go over is called the Home Essentials Kit. Now this is going to be your larger bottles. These are all 15 milliliter bottles except for the Deep Blue, which only comes in 5 milliliter. And these bottles are going to last you 3 times as long as the Deep Blue 5 milliliter bottle, that size. The difference in the amount of drops per bottle, the 5 milliliter bottle has about 75 to 85 drops, and the 15 milliliter bottles are going to have about 275 to 285. So you can see the huge difference in the size bottles. Now you're also going to get the doTERRA pedal diffuser. So I know we went through some different ways that you can get things aromatically. Well, the diffuser is a great way to get it throughout a room. And now this Home Essentials Kit, this will run you $275. Again, you're going to get all of those larger bottles and the pedal diffuser. And I don't know if you can see right there where it says special April bonus. You're also going to get $50 in free products. And this is any products that you want from doTERRA. These will become available to you in May. This is a limited time bonus offer here. It has to be done before the end of April. But I'm also going to throw in some additional things as well. I'm going to throw in a bottle of TerraShield. This is a 15 milliliter bottle of our repellent blend. This is actually how I was introduced to doTERRA. One evening in August, outside of a friend's driveway, I was getting bitten by a lot of different bugs and scratching and itching, and my friend brought out a spray that she had made with just water and TerraShield, and within minutes of spraying that on my legs, they no longer itched. I was no longer getting bit. I was sold. I mean, this is fantastic for starting in the springtime all the way to the fall, going camping, or if you're outdoors. TerraShield, you're going to love this. I'm also going to throw in an A to Z guide. Say that fast. This is going to give you common ailments and what oils you can use for those. Then I'm also going to throw in a couple empty 10 milliliter roller bottles to get you started. These are a great way to use with fractionated coconut oil or another carrier oil of your choice, and to have them very convenient to use. I have one of these on my bedside nightstand with lavender, and every night I put lavender on the bottom of my feet and behind my neck and my ears, and within 20 to 30 minutes I am asleep. So going to get you started with a couple of those. So you're going to get all of that for $275. Now, I was saying that another popular kit is going to be the smaller sizes of the bottles. These are the 5 milliliter bottles. This is called the Family Essentials Kit. I like to call it the Family Physician Kit. This is how I started out with, and it was basically, you can kind of consider it like a sample size. This kind of gives you an idea of how you're going to use the oils. You're going to find out which oils you're going to use more of. I know that originally when I started out, I barely touched oregano. Nowadays, I use oregano almost on a daily basis. So things change as you learn more about the oils and how they can help you on a daily basis. So the Family Essentials Kit is going to have the 5 milliliter bottles of all the top 10 oils. It's also going to give you these peppermint and On Guard beadlets. And what these are very tiny vegetable caplets of about half a drop of oil. Easy to take along with you. I use the On Guard when I start to feel a little rundown. I'll pop about 3 of these and take them as needed every couple hours. Peppermint, great as a breath freshener or if your stomach's a little upset. So these are a great bonus. And again, you're going to get that special April bonus of $50 in free products next month. This kit's going to run you $150. And you're going to get all of those things that are right there. I'm also going to throw in the A to Z guide as well as the 2 empty roller bottles. So you'll get all of that for $150. And that brings us to the end of our journey. I hope that you have enjoyed learning about essential oils and how you can utilize those on a daily basis to help support your family and keeping them healthy and happy. Below here in the email that you got this video, you will find ways if you're ready to go ahead and get started with those essential oil kits that I showed you, or if you have any further questions, feel free to email me directly, and I'm happy to set up a time to either call you or even do a video conference if that's easier as well, or through just email, whichever works for your schedule. Again, my name is Michelle, and I really appreciate you sharing your day with me for these 30 minutes, and hope that you are ready to get started.